Castrol Edge Endurance Countdown continues here, only on Speed Cafe. Grant Rowley, Larry Perkins, Aaron Noonan.
6 Bathurst wins, none. We're catching up though. Give us 6 goes and we'll be right.
I've won plenty on the PlayStation though, let me tell you. Today we're looking at Car 16, the Stratco Racing Commodore of Tony Rocciardello and Taz Douglas. Tony, the regular driver, hasn't done a great deal this year in terms of results, but for me, Aaron, Taz Douglas is the story of this entry.
Great story is that diagnosed in the off-season with lymphoma, spent time away and came back to racing in the Fujitsu series in Townsville and promptly went and had his best ever result and finished 5th overall in probably the best Fujitsu field in a couple of years. Great to see him back. He did the wildcard run with Greg Murphy's team, Greg Murphy Racing last year. These guys aren't a factor to qualify in the top 20. They'll be down the back of the field. But as Rocciardello proved with Mark McNally last year, the way for these guys to get something of a result that we would say, wow, look at that, they've got to do something different. Strategy, they've got to go to slick tyres early, wet tyres early, whatever it is, do something a little bit different, because if they do the same as everybody else, they'll be in the same spot in 24th,
Correct.
25th.
Yeah, they're not a contender for a high finish, all being equal. But and Tony's got to rise to the occasion. He's made a lot of blunders this year that I wish he hadn't made, or he probably wish he hadn't made. So he's got to drive carefully. Taz is going to rise to the occasion, and he'd be delighted with his health. And he'll be just looking for a nice steady run. But as you say, to expect anything higher than 15th would be quite unrealistic. But they can still do a creditable job. But you know, Tony's a bit of a key here. He's got to do it right.
Larry, you're actually got something to do with the number 16 entry. You're the owner of the
wreck.
What's your role at the circuit during a race weekend?
Are you even going to be at the Endurance? We haven't seen much of you this year.
No, hey, when you got a staff, a huge staff, that's their job to look after people. I just upset them. So,
I'm sure.
No, I won't have a hands-on role because I don't need to. The guys know what they got to do, and the drivers know what they got to do, and no need for me to interfere, and I shan't be interfering. But I do look at it and I make comment about it, and the comments I'm saying are the same that I use in the boardroom. Tony, keep your concentration up. Taz, you can do it, just hand it back, because Taz is not out there to be centre overnight, or shoemaker or whatever. And the team's got to give him a good car. Again, it's sometimes unknown how that car will perform. So yeah, they'll be part of the numbers.
That's the number 16 Stratco Racing entry, part of the Kelly Racing and part of Larry's show. You're on the Castrol Edge Endurance Countdown, Speed Cafe.